Hey friends, how you doing? I just want to shoot a quick video to show you how we take these original power trades on the web analyzer. These original power trades are very similar to the bounce back trades. So if we click on BB, that takes us to bounce back. And we're going to look at this trade that we took this morning on our session, live on the session, GBP USD. It was called at the price of 1.27923. Now you could see on the analyzer here, you actually see the time that it was called at as well. So it gives us the ability to plot exactly when this was called. So I'm going to plot it. Okay, I'm going to plot it. It was called February 14th, right at just after 10 p.m. Okay, let me just go down to a smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame. All right, so just around this price it was called at this time, and then the price it was called at 1.27923. Okay, 1.27923 right there. Okay, boom. So there we have it, time and price. So what do? It was called on the 1 hour time frame. So the first thing we have to do is identify the trend, and simply by drawing in a trend line. So we go down to 2 time frames lower. So it's exactly as they teach in bounce back, exactly as that. 2 time frames lower, right? We draw a trend line in. I usually just like to switch that across to the line. Okay, and we draw this trend line in here. So this price was called below the trend line. And what we have to do is literally wait for price to break this trend line, right, to the upside, and then we have to wait for our MACD to give us some confirmations as well. Now, the time that this trade was called is around when the market closed last night. And you could see that GBP USD really did nothing for the whole of the Asian session coming into the London session. Looking at the time here, so that time is GBP time because I'm located in England. So, the timing is more or less perfect. So we could see here 7:30 UK time, 8 o'clock UK time. It wasn't really doing anything. However, price had broken out of our trend line, and one of the other things that we want to see is that we want to see our histogram breaking above this zero line right here. So you see that zero line? We want to see this histogram breaking above that zero line. So we see that. So we would get into this trade right here, okay, if we caught it at that time, okay. And people ask, so where's your take profit target? Where are you going to put your take profit target? And I will simply just go back out to my H1 chart and mark where the nearest support or resistance is, right there. Okay, and that, my friends, could be your first take profit target depending on how many trades that you're taking. Your stop loss is always beneath your previous low, just right there. Okay, and that is your trade setup. Okay, that is your trade setup. Boom. So if we go back to our 15-minute chart, we would have gotten into this trade, early, had an early start. It shimmied up, it shimmied down, it shimmied around, it came back, gave us a bit of drawdown. All right, our risk to reward is Not super 1 to 1.5, but is it's okay, right? Price shimmied up again, down all day, came back down, right? For those who are a bit faint-hearted, they might have thought that this is not going anywhere, and eventually this afternoon, like from 1 o'clock, so it's now in the New York session, right? So the whole London session had happened. It really didn't move anywhere. Came back all the way back down to our entry price, a bit of drawdown, and then in the New York session, that's when it took off. So you got to be very, very patient with these bounce back trades. All right, it took off where the entry was. You would have made yourself a nice 45 pips, and that's it. Whenever you enter a trade, you have to always accept the possibility of loss. And this is why you practice good risk management. So accept the possibility of loss, and you just set the trade to either hit your stop loss or hit your target. And you could walk away, walk away. And that's it. That's as simple as your trade entry should be. We could look at another that we took, which wasn't as straightforward as that GBP USD. I mean, and that wasn't even straightforward. We took another one. We took AUD JPY this morning as well. So let's check that one out. So AUD JPY called for a buy. So again, we click on it. It is on our 1 hour chart. All right, we're going to plot exactly when it was called. I'm going to take all of this off. All right, if you're looking for a template to use, when you go to your settings, your web analyzer settings here, just make sure you choose the Granville trend trading strategy. Just click on that one, hit save and reload. Take your cha-ching off because it will be cha-ching in all day. You don't want that. All right, and let's do it again. Let's do it again. So let's plot where this was called, and we'll see where we need to draw in our trend lines. So vertically, the time that was called at was at 7:25, right? UTC time, which 7:25 my local time as well in the UK. So let's plot that 7:25. So it's in between. If I go down to the 15-minute or even a 5-minute time frame, I should be able to get it there. 7:25. All right, so right there. 7:25, and it was called at the price of uh, 78.296. 78.296. Okay, so right there, it's called for a buy right there. So what do we do? What do we do? Again, it's called on the 1 hour chart. We drop down to a 15-minute time frame. So none of this happened yet. None of that happened yet. Drop down to a 15-minute time frame. And you can see is actually a good thing to jump in on these trades when the sessions are about to begin, when the London session is about to begin. Change this to line. Okay. We draw in our trend line right here. Okay. Just put back the candle on there. And what are we doing? All we're doing is we're waiting for the price to break out of that downtrend and show that it's changing trends. Okay, and it did that around 9:45 this morning, so just before my session begins at 10 a.m. So 9:45, that's when it broke out. This candle closed there, so that's where you're going to be entering. And also you have to have a confirmation with your MACD. Did your MACD histogram cross above the zero line? Yes, it did. All right, your MACD histogram crossed above the zero line, so yes, it did. And simply, that's your entry here. Okay, again, people are asking where should my take profit target be. Simply jump back out to your 1 hour time frame, and all you just have to do here is put in a support and resistance line right there, for example. Okay, right at that support and resistance level. For those who know me, I'm looking at that price, and it's saying 78.78, so I will round that down to the nearest quarter point, which is at 78.75. Okay, and boom, that's my target. That's my target. Okay, so your stop loss just beneath your low right there. Take profit target up. Okay, so that's your entry. Stop loss just beneath your low. Take profit target up to your first support and resistance on your 1 hour chart. Again, the risk to reward ratio isn't that great, like almost a 1 to 1, a 1 to 1.2. But yeah, and you have yourself 35 pip move. Albeit that it took, again, more or less all day to get there. Okay, but you've got to be patient with your trades, right? It's not going to just hit your take profit target super fast unless news or something happen. All right, and as another thing that you got to be aware of is whenever you thinking of taking a trade, just ensure that you check your news calendar to see which currencies would be affected. I like my FX book, and I highlight the high, the high impact news and the medium impact news. So I saw here that, well, Trump was speaking, and the only high impact news was today at 3 p.m. So nothing to worry about with any of the JPY pairs. And that's it. My take profit target is hit on both the GBP, JPY, was it GBP JPY, GBP USD, the GBP USD, and also this AUD JPY. Okay, take profit target hit, and that's it. That's as simple as these bounce backs could be. So you gotta just take your time. I mean, most of these worked out today quite fine. Even this Euro GBP worked out today. GBP USD was called again a bit later on the 4 hour time frame, so that's just like additional confirmation. We have some that are called on the 15-minute time frame, but I personally don't take those. I just look for the 60-minute and also the 4 hour, but mainly the 60-minute. All right, so just be patient. You got to be patient. All you have to do is draw a trend line in, wait for the break, wait for your histogram to cross above your zero line on the MACD right there, and you're in. You're in. That's it. All done. So I hope that helps. You could come on to the session. My sessions are at 5 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, every single day. Right, and we also have one at 3 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday afternoon. All right, so happy trading. The bounce back and the power trades are your bread and butter. It will really get you going and grow your account. My account grew by over 30% in the last 2 days just using these alone. Okay? Past profits do not guarantee future profits. Gotta be trading sensibly. So I shall see you very, very soon. Take it easy. Ballet, signing out.